and we'll have a chat, and then we'll get stuck in, and I'll tell you my ridiculous plan for this live stream. How is everyone? It has been a while. I'll probably do a bit of a yard tour, show you what I've been up to, where things have got to. There is some video for me to edit and stuff, and there's another rotary video. Yeah, what do we got here? Yes, the video. G'day everyone. Broomy's Garage has some good info on rotaries. Interested to see some progress on the rx8 and 808. The 808 today. I pick up tomorrow my 12A nose cone and lower apron that's come in. Phil's Rotary's ordered in a heap of stuff. I bought a brand new bonnet. Like, there's heaps of stuff coming for, yeah, I don't know. I'm enjoying the rotary stuff. It's fresh and it's new, and like this thing, if it was a normal engine, I'm pretty positive it's dead on the front cylinder, but if it was a normal engine, you just know, and it's second nature. But anyway, it is what it is. We'll get back to the rotary stuff in a second. I'll show you what I'm up to in the yard. So a little while back, you couldn't move through here for no great reason at all. Everything is still here that was here, but I've got it to a point. My daughter, Savannah, has been working for me. She goes to uni next year. So the job she had cut her hours because she wasn't going to be around next year. So she come on board here to help me, and she's been an absolute godsend, to be honest. So at the moment, I'm sort of processing scrap cars. There's a heap more in the driveway. You can see them piled up over there. It's hard because you want to keep stuff like this thing here that's on the bottom here. You'd think that that's junk, but I've got a shell over there, an XM Falcon shell, XP Falcon Ute shell, and I've got another one to pick up that come with the other shell, but that one's got a steering column in it, it's got all the suspension bits, it's got a diff, so it'll make those other two rollers. And then this old panel van that's cut down, like, it's got a good K-frame in it, there's an engine in it, gearbox, you get steering column and stuff. The Brahm's one that'll get done, it's not actually that bad, and I've started collecting parts for it, but you've got to store them before you can get started, and it sort of sucks. These two little utes here, I want to get rid of them. If someone wants to buy them, they can go, but there's too many good bits and pieces on them to just scrap them, you know, like it's hard, but what do you do? I was going to get rid of this this pop-top camper thing, right? And I said to a mate yesterday that he should take it home with him, and he's like, why don't you, that's like a late 70s thing. If you do up a HR wagon or something, you'd be able to do that up and have it the same color as the wagon, or the same color, and do like a camping setup that you could, you know, and it's something fresh for you guys too on YouTube, where we rebuild a camper van rather than just cars all the time. So I've got to hold on to that now. I like this thing because if you were doing a four-wheel drive, because it's like a full fiberglass thing, if you put four-wheel drive wheels on that and you're doing creek crossings and stuff, you know, you can seal all that up and it'll be pretty good. Here's my Tirana that, ooh, I don't know if I'll ever be able to fix that, but I'm going to give it a good bash. Worst case scenario, this thing will just become like a, you know, I'll put Perspex windows in it and just do it up as a, like a HDT Bathurst car with flares and stuff. I've got some hot wires there, and it'll just be a showpiece. It'll be rusty, but it'll be painted and nice, just sitting up where that Dodge is or something, just as a showpiece. But I had to, I needed more space because I'm doing all that earthworks, so I had to clear this area today to get them in there. And I've been on the Bobcat for the last hour or so, just moving more dirt out the front here. We've got a few on now, so we'll go back and play rotaries in a second. But yeah, so just still working through moving this stuff, but it's just been so wet here. It's the driest it's been here in the last month. But yeah, I've got to start moving this dirt soon. I've moved enough cars here that I can back the tipper in and then tip it all, because I can't come in through the front because it's so boggy. Like, you just get bogged in this area here if you drive anything through there. But I'm getting there, guys. It's it all just takes time. I'm in the midst of building a little apartment thing here too, so that I can work some nights here. 2 or 3 nights a week I'll stay over here, which is going to be good. It's going to sit up over here, so yeah, I don't know, getting there. Let's go play rotaries, eh? So yesterday Savannah was here working with me, and I was going to get her to check for spark on the front. I have done it, setting up the camera and tried to do it and all the rest of it. I could have get her to do it, but the interest I've had in the rotary and people sending me questions and stuff like that, it seems like a lot of us are very interested to learn the craziness behind them. So I figured I've got to check for sparks. If I get this apart, show you where the plugs are, pull them out, talk about it a bit, everyone will get slowly up to speed. It's just like you doing. I learn by doing. I struggle to learn from a book or anything like that, so I don't know if a lot of you guys are the same, but if we just do it together now, piece by piece, read some comments, talk about it, see where we end up. So yeah, I'll just read some comments now, guys, and then we'll get stuck into this demon thing. It's got no poo left anymore. There's another video on this. I have been deep in the rabbit hole, trust me. I'll endeavour to edit the video tonight, okay, for this, and get it up tonight, because that way you guys that are watching this live stream now will understand how I got to this point. I know I should have probably put that other video, anyway, you don't care. Righto, so what do you got? Okay, Jack, I'll address that first. There was a guy in the comments yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, said he come past and he turned up here and there's these signs, right? I don't sell parts. I don't sell things. It's not part of where I'm heading or what I'm doing. So when you drive in my driveway, there is this sign. Just so everyone understands. Kingatow, no parts. We do not sell parts, no parts. Do not ask for parts, no parts. Inquiries for towing and wreck removal, not engine reconditioning but anymore, but anyway, that's another story, are all welcome. Definitely no parts, right? You've just driven past 8 signs that say no parts. So just so as we're all up to speed, I don't sell parts. I do towing. I don't have time to do parts. I don't have the licensing to do parts. There's no money in doing parts. I don't do parts. I don't know how else I can say I don't sell parts. Even people drive past, will you sell this car? Is there a for sale sign on it? No, there's no for sale sign on it because it's not for sale. Don't turn me into this guy. Don't turn me into this grumpy guy that has to say constantly to people, are you retarded? Can you not read? Anyway, I'll let that go now, but I hope people can understand that I've been working for 10 years towards this restoration business, collecting cars. If I could hide all my cars somewhere, I would, but I can't. I've tried. The council hunt me. I've ended up in an industrial area. I have to store my stuff somewhere. Please, okay? If I'm going to sell something, I will advertise it, but generally I just don't buy things that I don't want. It's pretty simple. But anyway, so no, I don't have any Hilux stuff. There's guys online, I see them all the time for sale. There are people out there that want to sell parts. Give them a call. They'll be really happy to talk to you. Righto. But please don't turn me into that guy. Do you know what cars have 4x100? I can get wheels for my Gemini wagon. If you put into Primo Customs, if you put in 4x100 PCD into Google, okay, so whenever I look at a car, say the Mazda 808, I'll put in Mazda 808 PCD, and then in your Google search, there's one company that does it, and then you'll go in, it'll bring up the page, and it'll ask you what year model, press a year model, and then it'll tell you the motor, what car, what year model, and the PCD. If any of the other variant models, like some of the luxury models, sometimes will come out with a bigger stud pattern or a PCD, it tells you your center hole, it tells you everything. So if you put it into Google, cars that have PCD, it'll bring up a list of everything all over the world. You get all European stuff and everything that comes up for 4x100. I hope that's helpful. So just Google, and it's very easy to find your PCD stuff. I use it all the time. When I'm buying cars, I've got to look for wheels to see what's compatible. So yeah, because a lot of times the center hole will hold you up. You'll get the right PCD, but you need that right center hole. So the best way to learn is get your hands on. Yep, that's it. Struggle with EJ20 rebuild. Someone help. EJ20s are awesome. I love me Subarus. What's actually happened, John? Why won't you be able to rebuild it, mate? What's going on? So what you're saying is you don't sell parts. Yeah, mate. Most of the time, yes. Yeah. Have you bought any cars from Phil's Rotaries? I'll just get back to that parts thing. Phil's Rotaries is awesome. I've spoken to him quite a few times on the phone. I bought sheet metal and stuff from him the other day. There's stuff for the rx4. I don't know if I've showed you that yet. 929 4-door, the rx4 years. Yeah, I've been talking to him a bit lately. He's actually bought, there's a town up here, he's bought a lot of property just out past me, about an hour or 2 hours past me. So he's coming past all the time. So I've sort of been talking to old mate Phil from Phil's Rotaries a bit. He's got a lot of good gear. He gets a lot of stuff stamped. He's actually making brand new 808 shells, sedan shells, so you can put your tags on. I'm waiting for the roof skins to come in, and he's only got front door skins at the moment. I'm waiting for rears to come in so I can buy them as a set of 4 to save a little bit of money. But yeah, just working through it. It costs a lot of money to buy all that sheet metal, so just piece by piece, a couple of pieces a month. Before I know it, I'll have everything for that car put aside to do when it's time. The parts thing drives me absolutely crazy, like it honestly does. There's no money in parts, and if you sell parts without the right government licensing, it's $13,000. And then even if you have the right licensing, I think Dolby got done 13.5 grand because they didn't have some obscure EPA law license. So, and then there's no parts in it. I've done parts for 3 years here. Yes, I had the wrong staff, and it probably would have worked if I had the right people working for me, but I didn't, and I can't, and they're not around. And anyway, I'm happy just doing me. But anyway, rotary. Here's where I'm at, guys. There's a video coming. I don't know how much to tell yous. I don't want to wreck the other videos, but I've had this thing apart. It's all back together now. So I've had all the injectors and everything out. Exhaust is still undone because I thought the cat was blocked. Fuel pump, fuel system, everything has been gone through. Okay. Now, when you'll see in the video, when I tested the plugs, the front rotor, it had new plugs in it, and the front rotor that looked like they'd never fired the plugs. This thing's had an LS coil conversion done on it. So we'll jump under here now. I'll just grab another torch. I've set up a light for you. But yeah, I've learned a lot about rotaries. I'm nowhere near a pro, but I'm really looking forward to doing a lot of rotary stuff. The 180SX is probably going to end up with a rotary, I'd say. My plan is, you'll see on Facebook and stuff like that, guys that have had rotaries in the past, they have a shed clean out and they'll have, 13B or 12A irons there, and the odd rotor and front cases and engine mounts and all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff. And they don't want a lot of money for it because a lot of it needs to be faced, and I've got a facer there to be able to reface plates. You can still buy some new rotors and plates and stuff like that. So over the next 6 months or so, I'm probably going to spend 2 to 3 grand on those. A guy wants 150 bucks for that stuff and 200 bucks for that stuff, and I'm just going to accumulate a heap of old second-hand rotary stuff. I'm not adverse to the Renaissance motor. I've learned a fair bit about these too. Like, because it feels like there's no secondaries, these run, you have secondary injectors, there's another little vacuum module that goes off that turns these two things in the front and rear plate, which actually opens up your secondaries. And in the top of the manifold, there's also another vacuum module that turns another plate so that where it goes through, it doesn't divide it anymore from primaries to secondaries. I've been deep down this rotary rabbit hole with these Renaissance motors, trust me. I'm very happy that I ignored those plugs and I kept digging and learnt. There's a lot of videos on it. I did put a link in the bottom of that other rotary video. That bloke, that Rad Industries, I think his name is, he is just a rotary guru. The way he explains things is so simple. I've learnt quite a lot from him and where to look and dig, and I still cannot see this torch that I'm looking for. But yeah, so I put it on the ground or something, or was I walking around with it and sat it somewhere while I was ranting about parts like a fucking crazy person? Where did I put it? Sat it on a battery, didn't I, while I was carrying on? I'll put it out here. But yeah, so I'm going to pull these plugs out in a second. I'm going to set the camera up and you guys can watch for spark, and also turn it over, and then we will, yeah, you can tell me whether it's sparking. From there, I'll unplug the coils. I'll swap the coils with the front and the rear coils to see if it's the front coils not sparking. So we'll do a couple of checks to see why or what's going on, and we can go from there. Where did I put that torch? Problem is the sun's coming through there. If I open up this door and get heaps of light in here, the sun comes in and it's hot as balls. Righto, no torch, guys. We're just gonna have to do it old school and squint our eyes or something. Righto, tools. Obviously I wasn't very prepared because I was out in the yard moving all those racks around with the forklift, but I did find a socket and stuff. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, what do you guys think of the rotary stuff? Are you excited to, yeah. I'll address this now, Peter. Where's Captain? When you have a job and you don't do your job and you take advantage of people and you wreck things and you steal things, you don't have a job anymore. I can't put it any nicer than that, and I don't want to go into it. We were mates for a very, very long time. Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's keep this on a happy note. It is what it is. Righto, so rotary, you have 4 spark plugs on a normal rotary. So what we've got, can you guys, you have to tell me whether you can see or not, and I will slow down because I'm doing this for you guys to learn, okay? So front ones, rear ones. So you got 4 spark plugs. Can you see that? Right. So 4 spark plugs on the side of the engine there, right? And you've got a leading spark plug and a tailing spark plug. Okay, so 2 spark plugs, and they're both actually different spark plugs, and they're about, I think I paid 180 bucks for the spark plugs that I bought, but that was cheap. They were they're quite an expensive proposition. But anyway, just remember, I don't sell parts. All right, so we're gonna pull that off like that. I'll pull the plug out and we'll just have a look what the plug's been doing. But I don't know whether you've got to use one of these bloody knuckle things to do it. It'd be good if I had someone to hold the camera, but if I had someone to hold the camera, I wouldn't need you guys to watch for spark. Just bear with me a second, guys. Don't sit there laughing. I know you are. Hang on a sec. I might just sit that there like that. Did that just undo? No. They're a bit of a bugger to get to. Just cut my arm open. I think you might need a set of coils if you have white spots underneath. What was that? I think you need new set of coils if you have white spots underneath them. They will need replacing. What do you mean white spots underneath the coils? I don't know anything about them, but I definitely find it interesting. I found it super interesting, to be completely honest. It's been a great learning curve. I'll just try and sit this here for a sec, guys, so I can use 2 hands to get the plug undone before I break it. So I don't know where I'm going to sit this. The problem with not being able to edit, eh? On 2-stroke motorbikes, and I did get it undone. All right, so that one's coming undone. Is it? Yep. All right, so this is out of the leading plug. So on the spark plugs, they have a different letter, and they're a weird looking plug too. With the Renaissance motors, so there's the plug. Now, this was the plug that was out of, it's a bit oily, but it's not terrible. That was out of the rear cylinder last time, right? Now, on a normal rotary, see, why is that zoomed in so far? Okay, so I've pulled that out of there. On a normal rotary, you can actually get into this hole here, which is where your rotor is. That's in your cylinder, and you can wind the motor over and see the apex seal go past. But because the Renaissance motor, okay, so on the Renaissance motor, you've got those houses about that wide, okay, that come around and your rotor spins in it. On a normal rotary, your exhaust port is actually like on the side, whereas on a Renaissance motor, it's on the flat plate. So imagine that, should I draw it? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? The exhaust port's on the side housing on an early rotary, but on a Renaissance motor, which is what's in the RX8, it's on the side plate. So it runs a different port system, so you can't see straight in to see the edge of the rotor. But yeah, right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put this spark plug into that there, and then I'm going to set you guys up, and you're going to watch for spark. What do you reckon? Sound absolutely ridiculous? Just hang on a second. I don't know. It's something to do on a Sunday, guys. Like, it's hot out there at the moment, and I didn't want to keep going on the Bobcat, so I figured I'd come and play with you guys and do this. I was going to do it yesterday with Savannah, but we sort of ran out of time. I'm going to clip that cable tie that's holding all those. I'm going to regret this, but anyway. It holds all them together. So, righto, get a bit more length out of that. You can always do with a bit more length. Righto. That's touching steel. Let's turn her around a bit. This is just not happening, is it? Put it up here. Righto, so let's set you up so you guys can see the thing, and you'll have to tell me, what do you reckon? How ridiculous. This is one of the silliest things I've ever come up with in my life. But anyway, we'll roll with it, won't we? That's gone all pixelated. Okay, so you can see the spark plug there. Now I've just got to set the camera up so you can see it. That's not going to happen. Let's find something better. Yeah, all right. How's my grandchild going? Yes. She left and haven't seen her, which is another reason why someone got away with doing what he done, because I sort of switched off, and yeah, why you haven't seen me a lot. But yeah, she's I wish to believe that I haven't heard from her because she's doing well and she's happy. So yeah, we can just roll with that, eh? We'll do that. Yeah, so righto, I'll put just right in there. Okay, you guys can see that spark plug, I'm guessing. Righto, so there's the spark plug. Okay, I'm just going to pull the fuel fuse out, and then I'll turn this bugger over to one fuel injector fuse out. Yep. In theory, no. Not very good at this YouTube stuff. Wonder why you did watch me at all. Alright, injector fuse is out. She's out of here. Righto. On 3. 1, 2, 3. The bugger tries to start with no fuel or anything. All right, I'm back. So did that spark, guys? Ben, thank you so much. So that one sparked, did it, guys? Strong spark. All right, sweet. All right, it tried to start too. That's what pisses me off. So I still haven't got a compression tester. Is this the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen on YouTube as well? Like, I know it sparked. The next question is this the stupidest thing you've ever seen anyone do? But I don't know. I do put the videos up for you guys, so, you know, you guys being part of it's all part of it, isn't it? Anyway, all right, I'll just put this on the side here for a second. Yeah, I haven't seen Mia. I did teach her before she left how to, like, I'm an easy person to find, and if you're watching Mia, don't believe the lies or the hype. But yeah, it's hard, really hard. But all I can do is be there if she needs me, as always, you know. So yeah. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing a bit of the rotary stuff. I don't know if you guys remember from the very beginning, I had that Mazda Courier Ute. I'll show you it in a minute. It's got the flares and that. And there's another one that someone pulled apart and wrecked, and yeah, didn't put back together, and it got put on the side back burner and nothing got done. But anyway, we're not here to whinge and complain about things that have happened. Yeah, so it'll probably end up with a rotary as well. Like at the moment, it's hard because I want to V8 everything, right? But it's hard to get them registered with V8s, whereas you run a rotary, it's cheaper for me with rego as well. You know what I mean? To register a rotary, being a 4-cylinder in Queensland. Righto. So I can't believe that went to try and start them with the fuel fuse out. Like, that's what's annoying about this vehicle so much, is it just, you know, like, I wonder if, right, so we've got the strong spark on that, right? That was the leading plug. We're still going to do the second plug for that cylinder, right? The codes come up for misfire cylinder 2 and lean cylinder 2, but I've done injectors, I've done the fuel system, and it is on point, right? To do those things I'm talking about that turn, like they open with vacuum, and there's 2 of them that turn in the Renaissance motor. This stuff I will show you, and if you don't understand what I'm talking about, go back to that other rotary video and go down to that link. It's about a 20-minute video from Rad Industries. That dude is a rotary king, and then as we progress with all this stuff, you'll be up to speed with everything that's going on. Yeah, so, but yeah, so if this has got spark though, I don't know. It's good. It's good that it doesn't run properly, to be honest, guys, because, you know, we're all learning. It'd be great for me to go, oh, I bought a rotary. Look, it goes like this. It does skids, like big deal. But at least with this, we're learning, you know. I honestly am broke at the moment because all I've done for the last fortnight is piss about with this car. Every spare minute I've had, I have done nothing. I've done tow jobs and I've done no other work except for yesterday with my daughter cleaning up around the yard. Yeah, so, all right. So, sorry, I'll show you what I'm doing. Is it here for a reason? Righto, so we just done the top plug, which was that one. Okay, and I've just put the spark plug spanner onto the bottom one, and our other plugs are there. So that's our rear cylinder. So, maybe we need to check that one too. Maybe I'm thinking the front cylinder's that cylinder 2. Should we just, I'll just do this one now. I'll do the second plug because it might not be, yeah, so let's just pull this out quickly. When in doubt, whip it out. Is that the way it works? Alright. So I just need 2 hands to get it undone. I don't want to snap a expensive spark plug off in there. Righto. I tried to do these from up the top. Yeah, that was just ridiculous. Just doesn't happen. But yeah, we've got the jag pulled apart over there. I'm waiting for the cylinder head to come back because it got eaten away by electrolysis straight away, those aluminium heads. And I come up with the idea this morning to put the blown motor because I need that car in 2 weeks for my daughter's, what's her name, formal or graduation. So there's the other plug, which looks to be good. It's not fouled or anything. It doesn't have crap all over it. So we'll set it up and see what it is going to do. Yeah, I was going to put the blown motor in, but then when I sat there thinking about it, it's like that thing's got electric power steering. I've got to convert over onto the other car, and then it runs electric water pump. It runs electric water pump, big fuel pumps. There's just so much to do, not just quickly drop another Chev in. So yeah, hopefully Paul's had luck and he can get that head back to me soon. He's a busy man, but very, very knowledgeable and very smart at what he does. Righto, who's up for the next one? Just check these comments quickly. Righto, strong spark, yes, very intense. Also, after deflooding, you will need a super strong battery to get them started and cranking over. It starts no problems, hot or cold. There's no, like, I've got the fuel thing undone and it still wants to start. They'll need really strong spark over power. Yep, definitely hook up an extra battery or jump pack when you go to start it. Yeah. Yep, it's the battery's super strong. It's got an extra earth thing on it, which yeah, which works really well. Starting is no problem, hot or cold, but just it won't rev. Like it's dropped the front cylinder, and that's where I'm at with it because I've done everything else. I'll edit that other video tonight so you can see where we're up to. Righto, I'm gonna go and hit this key again, guys. Righto, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Righto. Like that went to start. Like that's crazy, eh? Like it's rotaries are supposed to be hard to start, and it that wanted to start then, like with one plug out and the fuel off. Strong spark. Okay, we'll check the back ones then. Yeah, maybe it's the up cylinder that's the issue, but you can hear the compression because you have for the guys that obviously there's a few guys here that know a bit about rotaries now, but there's on your rotor, which is like that. So you can't use a normal compression tester where you have one compression, which builds your compression. With these, you can put a normal compression tester in, and as that spins, because you have compression, compression, compression on 3 apexes, but you might have no PSI here and PSI here. So you'll still build overall compression, but it won't fire on each cycle. But you need to hear to have that even like that, which is compression on each one. If it was down on compression, it'd just be, it'd be missing on each rotation of the rotor, if that makes sense. So your rotary compression tester actually gives you 3 compression cycles, a reading on each 3 of the cycles, which is, I've got to buy one of those testers, so which is coming very, very soon. But I just bought another forklift, and well, obviously I bought an RX8 and I bought a heap of 808 stuff. I've way overspent this month, I'm telling you. Well, yeah, so, but I'm learning, so I'm happy. It's sort of, yeah. But I'm that broke that I've actually started stopping with the soft drinks. I might lose some weight. Bloody ridiculous how fat I've got. Anyway, it is what it is, guys. Yeah. But the yard is so much better now. It's getting so clean. Like, I can move around and, yeah, getting that. It's almost an extra 1/4 acre of land out the front there. When I, yeah. Matt, I've answered that already. I prefer not to just go over and over again. Righto, I'll just get this plug back in and we will pull out plugs from the rear. If I pull those rear ones out this time and they're still brand new and not sparked, it might mean that those plugs are faulty. I did buy some new ones, so I didn't put them in because these ones were still good. Won't be long, keep doing up. Alright. Okay. Alright, put that one back on. Alright, I'll pull out the top one on the rear rotor. Yep, okay. Yep, and that one reaches out too, so. I've always wanted a rotary, but I've just never ever bitten the bullet. It just hasn't come up. They're just so expensive, and yeah, it's just never sort of. I've also had someone that in my life that's been very negative towards rotaries for a very, very long time. But, well, negative towards absolutely everything actually. But anyway, it's just how some people are, aren't they? Just can't be happy about anything. Right, I'm gonna have to lie down for this one. Right, won't be a second. We'll get this plug out, guys. It's a lot better when you're watching videos that are edited, eh? You don't have to put up with this sort of crap. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Can you hear the buzzer going off at the door of the car? Drives me freaking crazy. It's a bit of oil under here. I wonder where that's all from. Someone spent a lot of money on this car, like the chassis bracing and stuff underneath it is crazy, all in the engine bay. It's all in behind the doors as well. You wait till you see the crazy that I want to do to it though. I don't know what you'll think. It'll be interesting when you see the video. Nah, it's been firing. See, when I pulled these plugs here out of the front cylinder last time, that would be obvious, but sometimes we overlook the obvious. What's obvious? Hopefully someone just come up with an answer. I'm happy for someone to have an answer. Red, how about the Dizzy? It's fuel injected. It's a fuel injected car. Okay, definitely extra battery, strong spark. Check air intakes, had a new MAF sensor. Hey Red, if you think a hoist check, gear mate. I'm in the midst of there's a Pantec out there, so everything that's down that end of the workshop is getting taken out. The floor's getting painted, lighting going in, and I want to get another hoist to go in down that end, because at the moment the Jag's stuck on that hoist and it makes it very hard to be able to get stuff done when you sort of, yeah. But anyway, I'll check that out, mate. How about the Dizzy? Doesn't have a Dizzy. I work there, so look after you. Okay, cool. No worries, buddy. Appreciate it. Do you sell those hoists, the ones with the twisted out uprights that the arms go to one way so you can open up the front doors? The first plug looked like spark was escaping up the lead compared to the second one. Okay. Righto, all right. Rat's nests in the air intake. I've had this thing apart, Peter. I'll edit a video tonight. I have, yeah, demon rats. But I've had this whole thing apart. I've had all the injectors out. I've tested all the vacuum modules, and yeah, the only thing I cannot check, because you can't check those secondary turning things I'm talking about that are in the motor, because you've got to pull the manifold off to do that. It could be the little plastic gear is, yeah, I agree with Mick as well. Spark was strong, but intermittent. Okay. Righto, all right, cool. That's good, that's good. I'm so glad you're having a crack. I'm like that, I can't leave it alone. I'm the same, eh? It's better, that would be obvious, but sometimes we overlook the obvious. That's a killer fine, definitely put, say, effort into it, yeah. I was going to pull this apart to use it for the 808, but I'm actually, next video you'll see what I want to do with some RX3 sort of styling cues with it. I'm pretty keen. But anyway, I've got this plug out. Let's check this one. I'll just get it set up. All right, so that's something for us to look at though. That's good. That's if these all spark, I think from there I'll need to change the leads around or something. I might change the leads from rear cylinder to front cylinder, or cross them over. I don't know. We'll work that out in a sec. But that plug there, I showed you that, didn't I? It looks good. But that plug there, when I pulled that out of the front rotor last time, right, because I pulled these out previous when I thought it was just plugs were fouled, they were brand new and it looked like they had not sparked. So, and that was on the front rotor. So we just checked the front rotor and you said it was like intermittently sparking and it was a bit funny. So I'll check that out tonight, mate. If you remember, send me a link or something to Kingatow. Yeah, and I'll check it out for sure, because hoist is high on the list. I've got a couple of cars here that I'm finishing at the moment, just normal passenger car stuff, just work stuff, and once they go, part of selling them will be buying another hoist. So righto, thanks for your help, guys. Appreciate it. I'm glad. I hope you've been enjoying your Sunday afternoon pissing about with rotaries. But yeah, this is sort of like, for me, there's no money in YouTube. This is what YouTube's about for me. It's about sharing with all you guys, really. Like, I've met and made quite a lot of friends, and, you know, as long as you don't ask me for parts, I have no problem being your friend. But anyway, righto. I'll zoom in a bit. I don't want it to pixelate too much, but no. All right, we good go. EPI, underland day. Yes, I watched the last video. Yeah, that's it. Rebar. All right, here we go. Let's see what she's gonna do. All right, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's get the shit out of me. That scared the crap out of me when it fired, because the cat's still undone. Like, it's still undone between the cat and the exhaust. So it yeah, scared the shit out of me when it went bang. But yeah, this thing's done my head in, honestly. But it's going to be good at the end of it. It's going to be. A lot of guys have trouble with these things, and you'll notice online when you look for videos on these, people will say, I've got this problem, but there's never a solution, and it's never really solved or anything like that, which has made it hard. So I'm hoping I can change that for a lot of guys. I think these things at the moment are right at the bottom of their dollar. I think they've bottomed out, so they're going to start being quite popular. All right, average, got spark, average, yep, sus, that first plug out red. Average. I've done airflow sensor. Coil packs we're checking right now. So yeah. Okay, so it's got spark. Is the spark average, is it? Should I be putting another plug in that hole? What do you think? Is it weak enough that it needs a different plug in that hole? Because that was one of the plugs that I was a bit funny about when I pulled them out the first time out of the front cylinder. What do you think, guys? What am I doing? You saw it. You've got to make do what makes you happy. Do you want to see that again to see if it's still sparking, whether it needs to be done? Might be angle, but one didn't seem to spark as lead. That one is a leading plug, yes. That one, no, it's a top plug. That one, sorry. That one was a top plug. Plugs are cheap. Do you do new ones anyway? All right, there's some new ones in the boot. I'll grab them now. Wasn't sparking as constantly. Okay, righto. All right, let's. I bought new plugs for it. Like, I bought ones, and then because I looked in the boot and I saw some packs of old plugs, and I didn't look at the. There's my torch there. I didn't look at the plugs that were in the boot until after I'd bought bloody expensive new plugs, and the ones in the boot were new as well. So yeah, nothing like wasting money on spark plugs that are freaking expensive. Like, I think they were 160 or 180 bucks, and you can pay like $300 odd for plugs for these. The ones I bought were good Iridian ones, but I've only got these cheap shit NGK ones, but looked weak. Might be demon turds in the tank. I've had the tank apart and cleaned. Yeah, trust me, I've been deep in the rabbit hole on this thing. There was plenty of rabbit poo, you know. Let's see, what do we got? Come on. Righto. New one. So that one's an L. That one's an L, so there's another new one there. I'll just grab the other pack and we might as well replace both of them on that cylinder, because it seemed like the other one was really good, wasn't it? Did the previous owner have any ideas? Okay, previous owner, yeah. No, he bought the car as a project and didn't do anything with it. Sent it to his cousin that was a mechanic, which is where I got it from. But they weren't rotary guys at all. Like they were just two rotor. Most rotaries are two rotors, except if you get into Cosmos and stuff like that. But anything I can afford to two rotor, trust me. Righto, I'm going to stick one of these in to that lead again, and we will double check to see if it was the plug that was weak, or if it's still weak, we'll go further and look at coils, because I've got some LSs here, so we can change the LS coil over, or then we can start looking at lead, or actually we'll start with lead. So I'll pull the lead off the front cylinder and put it onto this one, and then if it's still weak, we know it's in the coil. It might just be bad coils yet, which would be mad. There's an LS, I think they're the same coils, there's an LS under the bench here. So, has this got coils on it? No, don't know where they'll be. I'll have to have a look. There's another complete car out the front. I'll steal it off one of them. See, the Jags pulled apart. So, yeah, it's another story all in itself. But anyway, righto. Let's check the spark again, eh? We're getting somewhere. Do you have the live all the cars on tap? You have the live, all them cars on tap. Nice. It's taken me 10 years. Like, it's not something that's happened overnight, and I'm a big no finance guy. So that lighting shit. You know, nothing's happened quickly, and you know, like, well, it's Sunday, and I worked yesterday, and I'll be working today, and I've still got so that one's a T on it. So we've got to make sure. Yeah, it's a T, and it went in the top one, so that's right. Nothing comes easy, as I'm positive you guys know. You got to work, and tears don't buy cars, that's for sure. No matter how many comments people put on Facebook about, I might turn that round so that the electrodes go to the top or something. There we go. There was a bloke that commented the other day, oh, another one that's just going to sit there. It's like, for fuck's sake, just stop crying online about what other people have. Go do some work and buy something yourself. He won't have to worry though, because I blocked him straight away, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Because I wouldn't want to stress him out or anything. So, yeah, just block him and move on. And that way, it seems to work well blocking dickheads, because, like, I'll turn the light off on this one too, because what we've been on here now for 45 minutes, right? And we haven't had one dickhead. How's that? Like, how good is that? Like, except for me, obviously. But righto. I'll turn that off. Okay, yeah, but it's working. You just block them. You don't give them the time of day, and they're gone. And yeah, we can actually have a good day like this without any dickheads. Righto, here we go. Took the key out. Did I? Oh, it's in the boot. God, I'm retarded. Righto. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, what do you reckon? What are we thinking? Life. Same as... Spark didn't change, or it's good now? Well, maybe we just had dead plugs. Strong, yep, sweet, okay. 2 out of 2 sounds good to me. Righto, sweet. We might have just had those, because those plugs, honestly, they were dead in the, when I'm gonna have to go get me jump pack before I keep doing it. That was weak. Do we want to go again before I move the camera? Nice blue, but seemed to be a pause. Better spark than that last time. Okay. All right. I'll put that new plug in, and we'll try the next one down. If we're iffy on the bottom one, we'll look a bit further. We'll see how we go. So, all right, I'll just put this down here again. Go again. Okay, all right. I'm happy to go again. No, it's fine. Okay, all right. We've got about one go again. Few it's fine. I love my daughter, but I suppose she would have turned the key and I would have watched, so it wouldn't have mattered. But yeah, apparently the bloke spent like 15 grand. I haven't got the receipts yet. They're at shit. I haven't got the receipts yet. I haven't got them off the guy's cousin. But apparently there's 15 grand's worth of receipts for this car with all the crap he spent on it. So, whoa. Hope you didn't hurt yourself when you fell over. Did anyone fall off the back of their couch then? Oh. Righto. Ouch, exactly. Thought that. The worst part about YouTube is you can't have any music on. I reckon. Like, it just, yeah. You got to wonder about them though. Wouldn't you think the artists, if you had music playing in the background and someone heard that song, then people would want to go and get that song for themselves? You know what I mean? Not, you know, if it's just playing in the background, not edited into the video or anything like that, just at a workshop in the background. I don't understand why there's such full-on butt hurts about it. But anyway, Christ, where'd that go? Oh, there's my fat leg. All right, here we go. Righto. Pick up a Triumph this afternoon. I don't actually want the car, but it's part of a deal with a heap of old trucks and stuff. I don't know what else is there. Is that door up? Oh. Here we go. Alright, where's that plug? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Christ, there we go. Righto, I'll pull out this next bottom one and I'm hoping it's the problem. It'd be good if you pull them out and they're all oiled up, at least then you'd know. But nothing so fortunate for me. It's been firing. See, that was brand new last time. I don't want to hurt myself and bang my head, otherwise you'll all laugh at me. Righto. One plug, not oiled up, but it has been firing. It was like brand new when it came out last time. So it actually has been firing on that cylinder. So let's set you up again and see what she's doing. Okay. Really need that second hoist, that's for sure. Soon, one day, more money. It's always more money. All right, I'll turn the torch off again, the light off. Okay, good to go. What was that noise? Did you hear that? All right, I might turn that over again. Something wasn't too happy then, eh? What the fuck was that? What was that? Spark burning off fuel. The coil is tight. What's that? Blows flames out. Is that what it is it? Sparkles, blowing flames out. Is the plug lead tight on the coil? Tight. Spark burning off fuel. Compression leak. No spark on spark plug. Compression. Other end of spark blowing out of the hole. Okay. Spark blowing out of the hole is fine because the bottom spark plug, if there's additional fuel or oil in there, it'll burn that and blow it back through that hole. So that's fine. But that not sparking and it having, yeah, well, let's check this lead and this coil. This could be it, guys. We could have together worked out all the problems of the world. All right, let's have a look. That sounded fucking horrendous, I can tell you that. But anyway, let's have a look. I want to be gentle to see what it's doing. Seems to be okay. Like it's nothing. I can't feel anything eating through. All right. This is where I wish I had another 4 rotary rx8 sitting here so I could play with them. Just pull parts from one to the other. All right. I am going to swap the lead from I'm going to swap the lead from the front one. Let's see what else she's saying before I piss about any further. Lead onto spark plug. Is the lead shorting out on the body? Blue light. Both spark are both spark plugs out of each rotor? No, I've just got one out, assuming it's earthing pre-lead. Shorting out of no spark out of spark plug. Yeah. My mouse plug. Yep. That's what it looks like. Just put in an LS, at least then it's all normal. Fully. Righto. I'll swap the plugs around. I'll swap the leads around. So I'll get this lead off altogether and we'll have a quick look at it. And I don't think I've got any other leads that are similar. Looks fine. It's not burnt anywhere. It's not clean, but it's not oily like it's not too bad. So that looks alright. So I'll pull the one off the bottom one from there. I'll have it pull it off. And I'll move it from that coil there to the other coil. It needs to come off from there. If you think there's room in there, you'd be wrong. Oh shit. Like it's welded in there. There we go. Alright. Okay, and then that needs to go into the other one, which is that one. Alright. Okay. Okay. We're going to run with, okay, so I've taken the lead from the other leading plug and swapped it from coil to coil. So now it's running that rear cylinder leading plug, same spark plug though, because we're still testing the spark plug because we still haven't seen a spark out of that plug. I should have tested just a spark plug in that before I pulled that lead off actually, but anyway, we can still go back and test it the other way, I suppose. So let's put you up here. I'll just read some comments again, see if there's any more. Is it legal on the other spark plugs when you were turning it over? If the other plugs were firing, it would be blowing that. Yeah. Yes, all the other ones are on. The plug did not spark, looked like combustion out of the secondary plug. Very difficult. Very different to the front rotor. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? But all right, let's set you up again and tell me. That's what I mean. Nothing's normal. Like nothing's normal with this. Okay, so you can see the plug there, guys. Let's turn her over and see what it's going to do. Just going to unplug that other. The plug did not spark, looked like combustion, very different front one. I'm just going to unplug the other spark plug from that cylinder. But it's a bit weird why it wasn't doing that on the other one though, eh? There should be no sparking in that cylinder anymore at all. I only just hit that slightly, and once it started carrying on, I stopped it. So we'll try it once more, and then I'll put a new plug in it. Righto. You see it? Yep. Righto. Here we go. Okay, what do you know? If it's not a rotor, it's not a motor. I missed it. Nothing, no spark. Oh, you beauty! I'm pretty happy with that, guys. All right, let's stick a spark plug in it. Just so happens that I have one I prepared earlier. I think we've found the problem. We will be skidding this in no time. Google told me rx8 are a wasted spark system. Second set are trailing plugs. Yeah. Righto. Okay. Yeah, because this lead that I've got on here is definitely a good lead because it's the one off that other cylinder. So, okay, let's set you back up, guys. Please tell me that sparks, and that way we know. Oh, if it doesn't spark, we'll swap a coil. Alright, the sun's just in the wrong spot now. But anyway, all right, let's have a look. You ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. What do we got, guys? See ya, Peter. No spark, nothing. Okay, so it can't be the lead because we've swapped that. It can't be the spark plug because it's new, which means we've got a dead coil. So let's have a look where the coils are. That works, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Yes. If you tell me that I have pulled this engine apart, pulled all the injectors out, cleaned injectors, done fuel pumps, undone exhaust, got MAF sensors, and all it was a dead coil. Yeah. Anyway, let's have a look to see if we can't get to the coils. That's the next thing. I did find my torch before, didn't I? Here we go again. Round and round it is. Alright, so, yeah. No spark, no spark, no spark. Yep, everyone's no spark. Coil read igniter or igniter. Well, I don't think it'd be igniter because it wouldn't run. Do you know, do they run a single igniter for each coil, or is it one igniter for all four? Alright, hang on, I'll show you this because you're here to watch. So, the coils are right there. So there's one lead. Alright, I might let this down a bit on the jack. So that's the plug we're dealing with. That one comes up. Oh, you beauty, and it's right there. Like it's just so easy. Okay, so what I might do is swap coil for coil. So if I unplug that coil and plug it onto that coil and then it sparks, doesn't make any difference. Yeah, alright. No. I have no idea. No. Then it will be reliable coil pack change. What was that? No spark, no coil. Right. Okay. So which one is it though? I'll find the right plug lead. So we were testing the trailing plug, weren't we? Because we done the other one first. I'll let the jack down a bit. I'm way too short one end to be trying to think I can reach over that. All right, I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty excitedly happy. Hang on, I might just... Oh, I'll chop that lead in half if I do that. I'll turn that light on. Oh, fucking piece of shit. The joys of editing when you don't get to see all this stuff normally. It's all edited out. Shit, that was sketchy. All right, now I should be able to reach. Okay. So we have, which one is it? Where's the plug hanging? That's the top one is for the bottom one because that was the one we unplugged to test it. And then what we might just do is unplug this one here all together, right? So you unplug the top one here all together and plug the other lead and spark plug onto it. So that one there's gone all together. And then that bottom one there should be the one with the spark plug, which it is. So we'll undo that and put it onto the top one and then just test it again. So put that onto there. Plug that onto there. If you're wondering if this is hard to do with one hand with a torch and a camera, you would be correct. All right. Thank you very much, Andy. Very, very much appreciated, buddy. Very appreciated. All right. All righty. Okay. We'll check for that spark again. I've got that boot on a bit funny. Don't think it's really going to matter because we're not going driving, but... All right, let's check for spark again down the bottom. We might just hey Red, I have to say that the compression is more present than the front one. I think we're right there, for sure, because yeah, and it wanted to fight, like it didn't want to fire the other one either, did it? Like I had to actually disconnect the yeah. Thanks, Paddy. I appreciate it, buddy. I think she's going to be a good car, mate, once we can get past this. And maybe it is still low on compression on the front cylinder. Righto, so our plug's here. I'll turn that light off. I'm just going to go and hit the starter, and let's hope that sparks. Righto, what do you know? What do you got, guys? The answers must be coming via satellite. She sparked. Okay, so we'll just double check now. I'll just quickly change that back to the other coil. Thank you very much, Group 5i. Really, really appreciated, mate. Really appreciated. Okay, so that sparked. Let's see if I can find a coil somewhere. The easiest thing to do would just be replace the coil altogether. If all this is a dead coil, Christ, I'll just put it back onto that first coil again. Just to double check. So just 2 seconds. I'll just quickly off that coil onto the other one. All right, that's back onto our original coil. I'm just going to go quickly and check that. I'm just going to turn it over, and we'll just quickly see if it sparks again. If that doesn't spark, we're changing the coil because everything else is right. I just heard that fall. Yep. I think we're getting somewhere, guys. I think we've got this nailed. We'll be rotary kings in no time. Righto. You ready? Please tell me there was nothing there. Anything? Nothing. Sweet. All right. Let's go shopping. Let's go shopping. Who's plug earth, no spark, no spark. Coil is dead. It's dead as a queen. Righto. This is the bit where my... Is that zoomed? No. This is the bit where my pure... Why won't you zoom back in, you fucking piece of shit? Sorry, guys. Hang on. No. This is where my pure insanity comes in handy. All right. LS coils. Righto, what do we want? Might just take a shifter, I suppose. That'll we do it. Shit, nearly tipped all them out before. That would have sucked. Take some multi grips and a shifter. That'll do. Righto, a shopping we will go. There's an LS just out the door here. I'm just going to grab a drink. Dry as a nun's nasty. What do we got? I'm going to do the wrong thing and drink water, I think. Trying to not be a fat bastard. Very rarely will you see me grab water. Alright, there's an LS just here in this SS. I'll just make sure they're the same coils. Righto. Yeah, slightly different. I wonder if I've got the same plugs though. Where do they plug in? Where's the plug on the side there? Hang on, I'll just put this down for a sec and I'll get this bonnet off and have a look at the plugs on them before I start pulling them apart. There's another SS down there further. Before I pull them off, I just want to go and check. So it's got like a. Before I pull it off, I'm going to go and check on those coils and see how they plug on. I'm pretty sure that it's had an LS coil swap, but they look like cheap Chinese shit little ones. They're stock ones. So yeah. So look at that. Even in the boot, there's like all braces and stuff. Big heavy sway bars, ones underneath. Alright. If all this is a coil, I'll be absolutely bleeding, I swear. Where do we plug onto? Oh, don't rotate, Jesus. Alright, so where's the plugs? There. No, that's different. Oh, the plugs are different. I don't think we're going to do this today, guys. I think I've got to order some other coils. Whereas that's got some. No, I don't think they're LS coils. They don't look like those other coils. So I've got to work out. It'd be good if I had the receipts from whatever work they've done, because then I'd know what sort of coils they are. But that's a different plug to what's on those LS coils. We'll go for a walk down to old Jake's old SS, the one he crashed, and we'll see what coils are on that one. See if they're different. All right, we'll go shopping a bit further, and then from there, it's got to be the coil. There's no point swapping anything else around. Yeah, I can't do anything really, can I? It's got to just be find some coils. Like that's, yeah. All right, let's go shopping. Let's go shopping. G'day, Mr. Jack. How are you, buddy? You need to hold the plug to an earth. Chrome zone, I'm pretty confident that is the, you don't want to look at me, you'd rather look at the yard, wouldn't you? That was just a double check, that last one, and it was earthed to, every other one was earthed in exactly the same spot. It was earthed to the, it was earthed, anyway. I will double check it when we go back because, yeah, but we did get to that point. We've got to get in there. If I had have done my proper job today and done what I was supposed to do, would have been able to get in there easy. Oh, you haven't seen this yet. This thing's cool. When you get people like this bloke here, right, you got to wonder why you're snaking around my yard on a Sunday. You know what I mean? Is there really any reason for you to be coming here looking at my yard on a Sunday? Righto. Glad I wore shorts today. This is a bit where the Americans are going, oh, what about snakes? As long as the snakes don't steal my coils, I don't care. Righto. Jake walked out of this, eh? Like, look at that. Madness. Absolute madness. Righto. It's got the same plug, same coils. Exactly the same. Alright. Should be covered, really, I think. Anyway. Well, guys, I think that we have, can you please address the big elephant in the room? Have you... I've already done it. I don't want to talk about it again. It's very simple. When people don't do jobs they're supposed to do, wreck things and steal, they don't have a job. There you go, done, addressed. Righto. And then when I tried to get my shit back, tractors, motorbikes, trailers, all sorts of shit, his missus reckoned she was going to charge me with stealing if I picked up my own stuff. But anyway, that's a whole other story in itself. I don't want to get into it because I don't actually care. My life is fine, except I don't have a coil. So I am going to pull that coil out this afternoon and then search through parts listings until I can find one to match. And I think we have a rotary that's going to be cracking. Thank you very much, guys, for my ridiculousness today. Like, I know it's a little bit strange to be sitting there checking for spark for someone, but hope you enjoyed it. I did. Yeah, it's yeah. Okay. Got his plate for us, Dicey. Don't know what that was. Yeah, mentioned it a bit before. Roger that. At least you can call the ambo for you. Yeah, sorry lads, only just got in. Nah, all good, Mr. Jack. It's not a problem, mate. I just don't want to go over and over and over it again. Normal thing in life. You don't do your job, you do the wrong thing by people, even when they have bent over backwards and done the right thing for you and supported you and given you everything. Anyway, it is what it is. Go LS coil upgrade. I probably will. They are different to standard coils. I'll talk to Jai, get him to send a picture of his. I'll go search. They might be a Series 2 coil or something. The coils I looked at as standard ones are different and they're mounted differently, whether they're mounted for heat reasons or something. If everyone just hit that like button, it might just help with the algorithm a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I think we got there. I'm absolutely stoked. I hope you guys have learnt that little bit more about rotaries. I am just going to put that back together a little bit so that I know where everything goes, because if I walk away now and don't get back to it till the end of the week, I'll be looking at it going, oh shit, where do these go? Yeah, cool. Righto, guys. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a bit of a silly idea, but it worked out well, I think. Yeah, well, that mechanics is a process of elimination a lot of times. It sucks that we had to get to the last plug, but Andy, Paddy, thank you so much. Much appreciated. It does suck that you've got to get to the end of it, but even if we would have had to check them all anyway. So, but if we went through all that and didn't find any reason, I would have just been going, Christ, and almost given up on the whole rotary world. But we're good, I think. We're okay. I will edit up that other video. Like, I'm going to pack up now. I won't do any more work here. I'll go out to this. Oh, there's a heap of old trucks and some cars. I'm going to get started on that this afternoon. But I've got a heap of jobs on. But I will edit tonight so that you guys that have joined in with this today can be right up to speed with everything I've pulled apart. It sort of sucks for you a little bit now because we've jumped forward and you might sort of know what's wrong. But you'll get to see what the process was, I suppose, which is good. So, yeah. Yeah, in the next video, bear in there with me, guys. I like rx3s. I like them a lot, always have. I've got a few little crazy ideas on what to do to make this, because these doors here, I don't know about yous, but that looks absolutely ridiculous. But I'll give you a little preview. If I can work out some way of making it into more of a coupe look, and then you see about that covered there and that, and yeah, I've got some nah, there's no parts in here, I don't think. We can have a look in the boot together if you like. All it had was the spark plugs, and that's it. There's a light there from that other bar, some clips. I don't know. I'll have a bit of a Google. Once I get off the thing, I'll spend 10 minutes having a Google. There might be, I've got a couple of other late model Mazdas and stuff here. There's a CX-7, some 929s, some 323s. They might have used another Mazda sort of coil. So anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you very much, guys. That was awesome. I'm going to put this together before I walk off. Yeah, I'll edit tonight. You'll expect a rotary video tonight. I hope you're enjoying this. Together, we'll be all rotary kings, and yeah, you're living in that two-stroke world. See you.